way, doing a lot of things and tuning into we'll restructure. Yeah, there you go. So tuning in to kind of get some questions answered about a youth performance, we felt like the easiest way to do it was to go live, and this is going to live on our Facebook page. Share it with some folks. We want to keep this relatively short, 5 to 7 minutes, but we also want to introduce some of the team that's here. We have 2 coaches that aren't with us today. One's in Orlando, another one is just couldn't get off of work. So that being said, what are we doing? Youth performance. We have done this a couple of times in the past, and one thing I can say with a ton of integrity is every time we've done it because we had the right coaches to pull it off. It wasn't just a spoke in the wheel that we're trying to kind of just put out there and see how it goes, right? And we've had some fantastic coaches that have come through the doors at Axis, and some have just been incredibly just impactful in that youth world. And I can honestly say we've probably never had as big of a group of fantastic coaches as we have now. So I want to introduce some of the coaches, let them introduce themselves a little bit. We've been kind of gathering data for the last 2 weeks around what are some of the questions people are going to have to make this really efficient. So we're going to go through, introduce the coaches. We'll talk about a couple of the coaches that aren't here. And then ultimately, if you guys have any questions that aren't asked, throw them in the comment section. We'll be back and we'll kind of answer those as we need to. So that being said, no further ado, let's go ahead and start. I'll start with downtown. We got both the coaches from downtown. So a familiar face for some of you guys, if you've been in the Axis world for a while, is Coach Brad Dake. Really no need for an introduction. Brad, everything from your role that you play at Hoggard through just kind of being the person you are. Introduce yourself real quick and kind of your validation to the program.
High school football and track and field athlete. I coached at Hoggard, coached in Connecticut, ran track and field at UNCW, decathlete, played some semi-pro football, and exercise science. I like the science of the training.
Yeah.
I like the science of it.
My man. This is kind of a new to our world, but definitely a man that's been in the industry a long time. I don't even know if I could list off the accolades, but Coach AJ's been a downtown team for about 8 months now.
8 months, yep.
And been a huge addition to that team, but the dude's got a pedigree as good as any of us. So introduce yourself and kind of validate your calls to the relationship.
Yeah, so I got my undergrad from ECU, went to grad school and coached at App State. Spent about 6-7 years in the college strength field, been to University of Oregon, Eastern Michigan, Arkansas Little Rock, and spent some time at IMG Academy. And then been blessed to come here.
My man. Yeah, fantastic. So we've got 2 of the coaches from the Wrightsville Beach location that are going to be partaking. If you guys have been in the Wrightsville Beach location in the last, how long has Matt been on the team? 4 months, 5 months? About 5 months. There's a young man, Matt Dyson, kind of a transplant from Colorado, but has been in the competitive hockey world, Olympic lifting world for a long time. Fantastic human, actually working with some young athletes here. I'll let him introduce himself at another time, and he is on our post. But also, if you guys have been in Wrightsville Beach the last almost 2 years now, you know Josh and kind of his athletic background, but I'll let him speak for himself.
Yeah, so like Mike was saying, I've got a big athletic background. I've played football my entire life, played throughout Wingate University. While playing football, though, I've endured a lot of injuries, like my ankle, my knee, back injuries, and so forth. So I've been through a lot of PT, and I like working with rehabilitation and prevention for like the most of my workouts. So.
Awesome. And then lastly, another coach that wasn't able to make it today, wasn't able to get out of work, is Jacob Benet. So in the Hampstead location, he's probably about 60 days in, but again, new to us, but not new to the industry at all. The dude's a standout football player. He's from the actual Sneads Ferry area, Jacksonville area, my apologies. Went to school in Charlotte, has been coaching in Charlotte, some in the youth performance, and then the general fitness world. So really looking forward to you guys meeting him as well. What we've done is we've accumulated about 7 or 8 of the most common asked questions that we've gotten over the last, I think, about 2 weeks that we've been collecting data. I want to introduce another rock star athlete, too, to the world. And you guys probably know him. This young man is, he's not coaching any of the young athletes, but he's not new to the world. So introduce yourself and kind of some of the questions, please.
So I'm Coach Rags from downtown, but I'm just here to ask some questions today. And I'll start off with Josh right here. So, Josh, how skilled or experienced should the young athlete be to join?
Well, you can be as unskilled as you've never stepped foot in a gym before, or as advanced as you can. So we take anybody from beginners to highly advanced.
Awesome. So we can accommodate for all of us.
Every single level.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. My next question is for Mr. Brad Dake over here. What safety precautions are in place during the training sessions?
Safety is our top priority. No, we got top coaches. We got great staff, great equipment to use, and we got a 3-to-1 ratio of athletes to coach, so we're going to make sure we got eyes on good movement and correction movement all the time.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Awesome. All right.
Next question for Coach AJ over here. Say all of a sudden something happens.
Yeah.
Are there any makeup sessions available?
Yeah, so you understand we were busy people, might not be able to make every single session, so we're going to have 2 makeup sessions on Saturday. So if you miss a session during the week, you come in on Saturday.
Perfect. Love it. All right, so I'm gonna right back around here to Josh over here. Is there any like equipment, cleats, knee pads, elbows, anything that they might need?
No,
Helmets?
all you gotta bring is make sure you have some athletic shoes on, some shorts, ready to get after. We'll provide every other equipment you need. So ready to rock.
Perfect, man. All right, this is going swell. Other than that, coming back to you, Brad here, actually, let's jump back on Josh real fast, if you don't mind. How are we going to be different from any other youth training programs out there?
So like Mike was saying earlier, like we've got some really well-seasoned coaches right now in all 3 locations. Like we've all dealt with some type of youth training, whether it's sports performance or just regular youth training in the gym. All right, and then we're also dialed into that 3-to-1 ratio. So we have 1 coach for every 3 athletes, and we've got all eyes on like athletes. We're able to go through, make sure we're regressing, progressing as we need throughout all the workouts.
Perfect. All right, Mr. Brad, next to you, is there a continuation program after the 4-week cycle?
Yes. We can surely discuss continual options to keep working with each other, keep our athletes' progression coming along. That is our goal. Is
Awesome.
progression.
All right, always trying to get better. Iron sharpens iron, people. Remember that. And then finally over here to AJ. After we sign up, like, what's the next step? What happens?
Yeah, once you sign up, pretty easy process. You're going to get an email with all the details that you need, and you can follow from there. If you have any questions, you can always hit us up as well.
Awesome, cool. And then finally, Josh over here, sir. Is my child guaranteed a college scholarship after the completion of this training cycle?
No, they are not. But we are trying to get you to be as well-trained athlete as possible, starting out from the beginning and working your way up.
Yeah, I do hear they're giving out $5,000 for official visits now, so you can get it back.
Oh, yeah, there's money in the game in college.
There is.
There's money in the game. All right, guys, before we get too sidetracked, I'm trying to get into the frame here a little bit. We could not be more excited about the folks that we have that are ready to serve and really build this youth performance program out. We want to say tons of respect to the folks that have done it before us here on this team. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out. Starts on 11/6, going to wrap up on 12/2. It's going to be 4 full weeks of everything from strength, endurance, speed, agility. Take advantage of it. We'll see you guys in the gym. Look hard.